Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel. It's Michy. If you've ever thought green eyeshadow doesn't pop on dark skin, today I'm about to change your mind. I'm about to prove you wrong. In this video, I'm creating this green eyeshadow look, as you can see, which enhances our dark skin. Perfect for a night out. Perfect also for just day makeup, you know, if you're wearing some green outfit, and especially now in the spring. Like, wow, can you imagine you with your outfit, you know, with a little bit of green on it, and then you just emphasize your look with a green eyeshadow? Can you imagine how good you'd look? You look as good as I look. I'll show you exactly how to blend which shades to use and how to make green really stand out without looking muddy. So grab your brushes and let's get into this look. I'm using the I wasn't actually supposed to come live today, but I met my friend yesterday and she had green eyeshadow I really want to try out. She's also dark skinned, like a dark skinned babe like I am, and it really looked so good that I thought with my Dera it should look good. We want to clean our eyebrows. This part normally once the gel dries down, you can fill it in with a pen, like the L'Oreal pen. I used to use it, the brow pen, but I stopped filling my brow. I prefer how it looks once the glue dries down and everything is set. It gives more of a natural brow. I'm using we're using the Milan concealer in the shade 175 Warm Chestnut to clean our under eyebrow. process. That's something I have to tell myself. So we want to use the green. That's what we want to use. But before we get to the green, we first need a transition shade. For that, I'm going to go into the. I'm going to be using the art. I'm going to be using the Art Library Nude model. Don't know why I was showing you guys that. Confused, I guess. I'm going to take a very fluffy brush and it's going to be a bit too dark. I can use that to. I'm going to use my bronzer. I won't use Mocha Mami. I'll use my NARS bronzer as my transition shade. Quirimba. It's in the shade Quirimba. And I'm going to use it as my transition shade. Tap off the excess. Nice. It's a very nice brown matte. You always want to first tap the product on, and then after using this motion, you just want to blend everything. And of course, because I have hooded eyes, I have to put it right above the crease. So we have our transition shade. It's been a while since I've been excited to try color, so yeah, we're going to take a smaller fluffy brush that we're going to go in. You can either go in with a dark black, with a black eyeshadow, matte of course, but I'm going to go in with a dark brown called Dance in the Dark, and it is a matte. We're only using matte, and we're just going to tap it on the side here. Don't know if you can see. So it kind of just looks smudgy, but I'm going to blend it out. Be patient, bear with me. Before you start blending dark colors, it's a very dark brown, it almost looks black. Before you start blending out dark colors, you really have to be like sure that everything you've tapped it onto the eye. So now the time has come. What is this? So we're going to use this NYX eyeshadow palette. I don't know if they're still available. We really need to build it up. It's not as pigmented as I thought it would be. So but my friend had it more on, like she used the green on the outer V, and then she used a shimmer in the inner V. I used dark brown on the outer V. And now I'm thinking if I want to add a shimmer on top. Okay, I can see it on the screen that it's well buildable. I don't know about you guys on the live, you're quite far away from me, so I'm just gonna keep adding a little bit more and more until the intensity, until I'm happy with the intensity. I'm sure if I use the lighter base, I'm sure it would have popped out more. So if you're my skin tone and you really want this green to pop more, you can use the white base. With the brush that I used earlier on the transition shade, I'm just going to... using the brush that I used earlier on the transition shade, I'm just going to start blending everything out so that we don't have harsh lines or lines of demarcation. You know the drill. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't have any more product on this brush, because then I'm going to take the brush that I used to apply the green, and I'm just going to avoid the line of demarcation. You see, when we edit the videos, and we put them on YouTube, they're so short, they don't show the multiple layers that you put on the on your eyeshadow, so that you can just get that perfect pigment like that. I think I'm going to do a liner, but first of all I need to get rid of the the eyeshadow that's accumulated on my lashes. I always prefer trying looks before I go out with them. So I'm going nowhere today, but I'm trying this look so that if I like what it looks like, I can wear it, or I can do the look when I'm leaving. Then also if I don't like it, I know where I'm going to tweak, you know, like, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just use this dark liner. For some reason I just can't line my eyes without pulling, like doing this. I'm very sure it's going to be very, if you have like a lot of space, you can do like a wing. A winged eye look doesn't look good on me, but I'm sure it would look perfect with this look. I'm just going to leave it at that. Or maybe I could try. Let me try. So if you like, you can do a wing. Should I do a wing? Let me try a wing. My wings have always failed. Always, like always, they always fail. So I've just done like a baby wing. I always find them to be ridiculous, but I'm not willing to mess up this look. But maybe I should do it a little bit thicker, because otherwise it just looks funny. Now I think we're going to just do the whole base. Our primer is dried already. So for the foundation, I'm going to use before I apply the whole foundation on my face, I'm just going to clean my upper brow. So there are many people who use different techniques in doing their makeup. I've taught myself everything on YouTube, watching TikTok lives where people are doing their makeup, and I'm just trying to apply the things that I have learned. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I'm using the Lancôme Teint Idole in the shade 540C. I'm going for full coverage. It kind of looks with the red undertone. It is a cool 540C is cool. I usually go for neutral. Before I used to go for warm foundations and they were way lighter on me or way darker on me. So now I just go for mainly neutral or sometimes cool. At this point we're going to remove the band because we want the foundation, we want to use it to make sure that everything blends in. You'll notice that I didn't add any more. Foundation. I just used what is on the beauty blender. And now here where we did our eyeshadow, we really have to try and blend that in. Then with that almost none, you just go underneath the eye. I really try to put very less product underneath my eyes because that area is so sensitive and you don't want to dry it. You don't want it to dry because when it dries it really creases when you put the powder. Perfect. What lace? What lace? What lace? By the way, if you're going to apply foundation on your lace that you've glued down, make sure it's damp and not wet, because you know if you're using like got to be glue and you put water, you know what happens, right? You know what happens. So make sure it's damp. Otherwise you'll have done all of this for what? For nothing. Now so a bio. So for concealer, I'm going in with the so that this concealer is two shades lighter, maybe 3 shades lighter than my skin tone, but I'm going to use the other concealer from Milani to just underneath the eyes to highlight. Where is it? Here. I'm going to add this one on top, the one we used on our eyeshadow as our eyeshadow base, because it's way lighter. I'm just going to use another beauty blender, also damp. As we wait for, you have to wait a little bit for the concealer to dry down to get more coverage. I'm going to go in with the Fenty matchstick in the shade Ebony. you want to tap down first before you really go under the eye, because you want to avoid having a lot of product under the eye. Like I said, the skin underneath the eye is quite sensitive. You have to get rid of the lines. Always get rid of the lines of demarcation, because otherwise it kind of just looks funny. So we are going to see. For my setting powder, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which I mixed with the Juvia's Place Namib, because I find it to be better suited for my skin tone. When I only use the Namib, it gives sort of a very warm undertone, and when I just use the translucent powder, then I get flashback. Before applying powder, you just want to go in with the beauty blender underneath your eye like that. Tap off the excess, and you want to use a brush for this process. For bronzer, I'm going in with the Fenty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. Bronzer, I'm using this Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade Deep. I really don't know if they still sell these bronzers, but they're really good for us dark skinned women. I have one in the shade Dark, and I have one in the shade Deep. The one in the shade Deep, I use it to contour. I forgot to use a cream blush, so I'll just use a powder one. Then going in with the brush that I used on the bronzer, I'm just going to go over where I contoured. Love it. So now we're just going to do the blush. For the blush, I'm going to go in with this one from Juvia's Place in the shade Bella. I love it. I think I'm going to get more blushes from Juvia's Place. They're very, 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 very pigmented. To set the under eyes, I'm using MAC Skin Finish MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark for my under eye. If you haven't been using it, go get yourself one. This is, especially if you're like my skin tone, and even if you're lighter than me, this thing, the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, that's what's missing in your makeup kit. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deepest. Well, I'm going to come back on the live in the evening, and we're going to go through the gifts that I got from the Marionette Advent Calendar. The lipsticks they gave red lipsticks because of Christmas, I guess. But where's my powder brush? I want to get rid of excess powder. For the under eye, I'm going to go in with I think it's green liner. Yeah. This is from Kiko. I got this from Kiko. Let me show you. Oh no, this is from the NYX. This is from NYX? Where's the Kiko one though? Ah, the Kiko one is another shade. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm using the NYX eye pencil in the shade Seafoam Green. So we're going to use mascara. The mascara I'm using is from Lancôme. It was also a gift during the Christmas, either during the Christmas period or I don't know, Valentine's or something. You know, that's when they offer these small things. I don't think Lancôme has like they sell mini beauty products apart from when they're in a set or in a gift pack, something like that. You see, that's why I don't like mascara. Now I have two spots that I'll have to clean. With what though? Maybe with a small brush. I'll wait for it to dry before I try getting rid of it. Then I'm going to use Now we're going to do our lips. Let me see. I'm going more for a neutral lip. For the lip liner, I'm using Trend It Up. It's a DM brand. I'm in the shade 90. like because of the green eyeshadow. That's what we want to pop. So these are the shades I just tried. These are the different nudes from Juvia's Place. This is the shade Toffee. It's the Juvia's Place nude lip in the shade Toffee. That's what I'm going to use. My eye is tearing up because I got mascara. I hate when that happens. Wow! I love it. Let me see. Open up the hair. But I'm not leaving the house. If I was leaving the house, like I would put like go through the curls so that it can be fluffier, because I feel like when the hair is really looking big, it looks better. Oh, now we're going to set everything. But I could have used the Fix It spray, but I want to try the face setting spray from Nude. I haven't used it ever since I got it in that gift pack. But before I do that, we want to get rid of this eyeliner. You see? I told you, once it dries down, you can literally scratch it off. Mascara. You wait for the mascara or the liner to dry. Tip. That's a tip. That's a tip for all of y'all out there who wear makeup. If you mistakenly draw your liner or mascara, or you have mascara then on your under eye, wait for it to dry down and then just take something like you can even use a pincet, what you use to tweeze your brows. You can use it to kind of just scratch it off. You see? It's like it wasn't even there. It's gone. Perfect. So now we're just going to set everything using the Nude setting spray. Well, that's a lot. Whoop. Oh, it smells so good. What is in here? Fixing spray. Wow. Yo, it smells so good. We haven't put the highlighter though. Nude also gave me a highlighter. The next time I come live, I'm going to try using all the products that I got from Nude. So we're going to wait for it to dry down. Don't know if I've showed it on the live. I'm using this Nude setting fixing spray. I got it in the advent calendar from Nude. I'm just going to wait for it to dry down. Then using the beauty blender that I applied foundation with, we're just going to tap everything in to avoid the powderiness. Then to make before I use the setting spray, where's my highlighter? If I have my highlighter here, I'm going to, oh yes, we're going to highlight. Yesterday we did highlight, girl. But today we're gonna add a little bit of, highlighter. Why not? For the highlighter that I'm using this highlighter from e.l.f. The other day I saw e.l.f. products at DM. Maybe I should get some more. It's called Blush Gems. Like that. It's more of a rosy highlighter. It's from e.l.f. Cosmetics. e.l.f. is really affordable and they really have good stuff. The more the hair dries, the bigger it becomes, and I love it. I love this hair so much. I love it. Look. Do you like? I love it. So once you're done with your makeup, this is the last step. This is the 3-second setting mist from L'Oreal. If you haven't gotten your hands on this, you're sleeping on this, girls and gents and ladies out there. You're sleeping on this. This setting setting mist holds holds everything in place. You want to apply it when you're sure, 100% sure you're done with your makeup, because after the 3 seconds you cannot move anything. Okay, so you want to really shake it well. Hold it at a distance. So, woo, we are done. I love this look. So this is the final look. Let me know in the comments, would you rock this green eyeshadow, or is this outside your comfort zone? If it's outside your comfort zone, I'd also say it's something that used to be out of my comfort zone until I met my friend yesterday and she had green eyeshadow and I was like, I have to try it out. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on your notification so that you never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.